Hey, what's going on, people? Jack Reeve, Talk Norwich City here. Before we get into the predicted 11 video, as you guys know, we are now official partners with FansBet. When you sign up to FansBet, make your team Norwich City. Hopefully you support Norwich City. If you don't, then maybe select the team you support. But if you do, select Norwich City, and then you can select Talk Norwich City as well as a sub-branch. By doing that, any losing bets goes towards a fan incentive. And we're going to be discussing that over the coming weeks. Anyway, there's some really cool fantasy football going on at the moment, and it's championship as well. This is my team. John Ruddy in goal. We've got Sessegnon, one of Fulham's finest young players. If you haven't already, go and check out my opposition preview with Sammy from the Fulhamish podcast. He really rates Sessegnon, as do I. Hutchinson at Millwall. Millwall have been doing fantastically well. Sol Bamber at Cardiff. Warnock's Cardiff are flying, and Sol Bamber is a bit of a mental man, so he's in there. Aidan Flint loves a goal. That is a packed midfield full of talent. Diego Jota, James Maddison and Bobby Reid, they've all got goals in them. They're all very talented. The Aston Villa combo of Robert Snodgrass, I still love that man, next to Albert Adoma, who is ripping it up, and up front as my captain, Leo Bonatini. That is my Talk Norwich City League. The link is in the descriptions below. Please go and sign up. There are some really cool prizes up for grabs. It's completely free to enter. You might as well. You haven't got to put any money in at all. Just go and enter, and you could win yourself a cool prize as well as that. And it's also free to enter. This is a Premier League game, but still on FansBet. Go to the fantasy football bit on the top bar, and you can enter the Grand Slam. There is a £25,000 prize pool. It's free entry for the first 3,000 people. Be quick, there's not many spaces left. And if you get, I think, within the top 10, you're in with a shout of a chunk of that 25 grand. It's simple, it's lovely, it's FansBet. Links in the description. Let's get into the video. Back for my predicted 11 video ahead of this week's game against Fulham. I nearly said weekend, and I think it will feel like a weekend. It's Easter Friday. I can't remember the last time we played on a Friday. I think it's been a while. Anyway, Fulham up this Easter Friday. If you haven't already, go and check out my match preview I've done with Sammy from the Fulhamish podcast. He talked us all through Fulham, and basically the gist of that conversation is they're in fantastic form and they're a very good team. Also, apologies if you're wondering what's happened to the lighting. My studio light, the light bulb decided to explode, so it currently looks like I'm in some kind of underground den. I'm not, I'm in my study. The lighting's just very poor. Anyway, let's get into the team. I haven't done this for a while. Back with the card. A3, nice thick card and a good old Sharpie pen to get us through this. In goal, Mr. Gunn, no questions there. Now, already questions start to get raised in terms of what formation do we play. I think we've looked a lot better going forwards with 4 at the back, allowing us to play 2 wingers. I think we look a lot more defensively solid with a back 5. Now, we're at that point in the season where we haven't really got too much to lose. Of course, we need fans to get on board with this whole transitional period, and we need to see some good football. Of course we do. But at the same time, we also want to see exciting football, and I think we've got more chance of playing exciting football when we go 4 at the back. So it's going to be, for me, Lewis in at left back, the defensive partnership of Hanley and Closer. Zimmerman, for me, misses out just because of he had that horrible virus, didn't he? I think he lost, was it something like 6 kilos in a week, which seemed unbelievable, but apparently true. And then in at right back, I will go with Pinto. I think Harrison Reed has been fantastic, but talking about Reed, he's probably going to have to go in the middle there due to Leitner being injured, and also Tete and also Tribal. Next to him is Mario Vrancic. Now, I know there's been an international break, so possibly Tete might be fit again. I know Tribal was looking to return as well. I'm filming this before the press conference, so hopefully we get some good injury news. Now, let's look at the forward line. Of course, the first name on the team sheet, although with this, it's the 7th name on the team sheet. It's Mr. James Maddison, who once again was stunning for the under-21s, made all the difference when he came on as a substitute in their first game, and then the second game in the game against Ukraine, played the most sumptuous pass into Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who tucked home. It was a majestic ball from about the halfway line, beautifully angled around the defence into Calvert-Lewin's feet, and he finished really nicely. That man apparently has a 25 million price tag on his head, and I think that's a very justified fee. Over on the left, I'm going to go with Murphy. I think he's been absolutely brilliant since he's been playing with this man, Mr. Hernandez, who has been a revelation. I think you can probably all recall me saying that he was the signing I was least excited about when we got him. He's been marvellous. Quick, raw pace, That's why I loved Yannick Vullschut so much. I'm not saying he was the best winger ever, but he had that pace. He'd take on his man. We haven't really had that since Huckabee, to be honest. Yes, admittedly, Huckabee was 10 times better than Hernandez, but at least Hernandez is showing signs of getting at players and making things happen, because in the Championship, we're not looking for rocket science here. We're looking for players to take their men on and give us something to get on the edge of our seats about. And Murphy, when he's played out wide as a winger, he looks far better than when he's played in sort of that false nine role. Now, I suppose the big decision is, who do you play up front? You've got Nelson Oliveira, who at the start of the season was being touted with double-figure moves to other clubs. Since then, hasn't really done much at all. Or you go with this man, Dennis, who I will be going with. We'll put down Dennis because it's easier than spelling Srbeny. I think he looked a little bit better against Reading in that 3-2 win. I think he certainly won a lot more in the air than Nelson has done over the past season. Admittedly, doesn't really look like the complete package, but when you pay, what was it, £1 million for a player, you're not expecting to get the full package. What hopefully Dennis can do is fit into this system a little bit more, and I think that's the overall kind of view with the players we're bringing in now, to fit into a system rather than by players where we have to fit the system around them, which has kind of been the way we've played with Nelson. And when we have tried to fit him in the system, it simply hasn't worked. So I think that's the team I'd go for. You have got options. You could put Zimmerman in there, push your two wing-backs a little bit further forwards. Who knows if Tribal, Leitner or Vrancic will be back fit. Hopefully one of them will be. I just said Vrancic, didn't I? Tete, Leitner and Tribal. You can always swap them about in the middle. I think this front four is probably what it will be. It all depends how we want to play football. Does Daniel Farke want to evolve this really solid at the back and nick a goal kind of football, or does he want to maybe leak a few more goals and get fans on the edge of their seats? I'm not so sure. That's up to Daniel Farke. Whatever happens, I want to be winning football matches and I want to be doing it in a fairly exciting fashion. So hopefully we do something special against Fulham. They're going to be a solid team, probably the toughest opposition that's come to Carrow Road this year, maybe bar Wolves. I'm looking forward to it though. It's going to be nice to have a test, and it's going to be quite nice to play a game as have the previous few games been, under little pressure. This is a fantastic point in the season to really experiment with the systems, see what Farke's got up his sleeve, maybe try some new players out. You might be able to bring a Raggett off the bench, for example. Who knows? This is a time to try and fit this system and get it fully in place for next season. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Let me know your score predictions down in the comments section below. Will you be at the game? If so, come and say hello. Yeah, have a lovely bank holiday, whatever you're doing at this Easter weekend. Hopefully eating lamb. Lamb is a lovely meat with your roast dinner on Sunday. Enjoy. I will see you at Carrow Road on Friday. See you later.